you're new to mopeds, you might be wondering why we need to dabble with the airbox and carburetor. We just put the pipe on, why are we doing this? So the whole point is make this bike a lot faster, and the pipe alone is really gonna boost the performance. But we can get even more out of this bike by allowing more airflow and more gas into the system. And that's where the airbox and the jet come in. So the airbox regulates the air and cleans it. We're gonna modify it so that the airbox can let more air through. Now the jet, it's in the bottom of the carburetor, is basically a little hole that is the maximum amount of fuel the carburetor can suck up. Now you could change the jet. You can make it smaller, or you can make the jet bigger. In this case, that's what we're going to do. We're going to make that jet bigger so that the carburetor can suck up more gas at full throttle. The ideal air to fuel ratio is 14.7 amount of air to 1 amount of gas. And there's no really way that we can measure this, but that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to hit that ratio somewhat by accident through trial and error. Basically take that perfect ratio, but just more of both. Airbox, carburetor. Getting started. First, we're gonna remove the airbox. There we go. Next, we're gonna unscrew the hose clamp that holds the carburetor in place. This is a rubber mount system, so it's flexible, but not invincible, so try to be gentle. I just loosened the carburetor, it's just dangling here. I don't actually have to take it all the way off to change the jet. We're gonna just kinda give it a little flip up and access the jet from underneath. I will need to take off the snorkel. It's part of the airbox. This is gonna get modified. Okay, now so the snorkel is gonna get a big gouge cut out. Cut this off and really dig this out. So this is where most of the restriction is in the airbox. We wanna get rid of all of it so that we really maximize the flow of air. I'm not just cutting off the snorkel, I'm gouging out that whole maximum amount. Now that the snorkel's cut out, we gotta cut out the other side of the airbox. This is where the air actually enters the carburetor. It comes in through this hole, goes to the filter, then through the snorkel and into the carburetor. We wanna shorten its length and we wanna open up the hole. This can be done with a drill, perhaps. Maybe not ideal. Not good. It's not good. Doing it by hand is a mess. You can't hold it steady. We gotta use a guided tool to really open this up without it getting thrown off the side. I believe the stock hole size is about a 1/2 inch, but we're gonna be opening this up to 3/4 of an inch. Just make sure you don't drill all the way through the other side of the airbox. You just wanna make this hole bigger and just make sure you stop when you get to the middle. This is a counter bore, is the right tool to use instead of a drill. The counter bore will follow the existing hole with the guide and then open it up behind it and keep it super straight. Check out all the little debris. Removing the bottom of the carburetor, the float bowl, will reveal the float, the needle, the jets. Might leak some gas, just make sure the petcock is turned off. There's a few different jets down here, 3 to be exact. The main jet in the center, there's the idle jet, there's a little one right next to it, and then the choke circuit. If this bike wasn't running, we'd probably take all 3 out and clean them, but this bike's running fine, so we're just gonna replace the main jet and make it bigger, what we like to call UPJET. In the carburetor system, you buy your jets with numbers attached to them. The numbers are basically telling you how much gas is flowing through them. The larger the number, the bigger it is and the more gas is gonna flow through it. Currently, this bike has a 55 jet, which is the stock jet you'll find in a new TOMOS. We're gonna pop in a 70. I know this through experience, something between 70 and 74 is appropriate for this mod. There's a little bit of a window there based on where you are in the world. If you live high up in the mountains, there's less air in higher altitude places, so you don't need as much gas, slightly less. So maybe you'll be rocking a 68. I don't know, you'll know through trial and error. We're gonna try this jet we're gonna run the bike, check temperature, the color of the spark plug, make a call on whether this was the right ratio. We don't have scientific equipment to analyze the air to fuel ratio. You just have to do a little trial and error, have a couple of jets at your disposal, small range in the high 60s and low 70s so that you could try a few different things to nail that perfect ratio. Now that the original jet is removed, we're gonna find a better replacement. We're gonna start with a 70 and see how that works out. This jet is for this carburetor. This is the PHVA carburetor. There are some different size jets for different types of carburetors, so first thing you gotta do is make sure you have the right kind. This particular one is a 6mm jet for this Delorto carburetor. The Bing carburetors have different jets. The Kunis have different jets. You have to be brand specific or it won't fit. Now that you got your jet picked out, I'm gonna stick it right back where we found it, right in the center of the carburetor. I should have mentioned it before, but you'll pay attention before you take something apart so that when you put it back together, you put it back exactly the way you found it. Same goes for the airbox. Make sure that former snorkel goes back just the way you found it, and make sure the hose clamps are nice and tight and that nothing falls off. No air leaks. You want everything to be air leak free. Similar to the bend that we did in the last video, sometimes you gotta go back and do it again and again. So you put this all together, you go try it out. The bike's not running right, it's four-stroking a little bit, or maybe it's really, really lean, and you could just tell the bike's super hot. It's a trial and error, you gotta go back. Try another jet, try a little bit bigger if it's lean, and try a slightly smaller jet if it's four-stroking. These are the little back and forths that we gotta do to make it right. For jet selection, you wanna go buy a bunch of jets, go to Treatland, treatland.tv. They have everything. I'll put the link in the description down yonder. We got the airbox on, we have the larger jet in the carburetor. All I gotta do is put the side cover back on and we can test this bike right now. Listen to that little popcorn machine. Not that smoky at all. Let's see how she does. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Woo! Ow! Woo! Woo! Oh yeah! This is something else. It's been a second since I tuned up and piped up a TOMOS. Man, that thing moves. Let's continue. I'm gonna move this thing over to my dad's place and let's see if he embraces the surprise. Hey, Dad.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I got a surprise for you.
What?
Well, you gotta come outside and see. Have you noticed your moped has been missing?
My moped?
Yes. You know it's missing. It's been gone for days.
Okay. I'm gonna go look in the garage first.
No, it's out. It's okay. I grabbed your moped. You know that.
Of course I know. Of course I know. Oh, this is different right here.
Yes.
Looks like a.
It's an exhaust pipe.
Oh, it looks like it's like a rainbow.
That's a natural look. No, you gotta turn the gas on.
Gas on.
Gas is over here.
In other words, off is this way. Either way, right?
And you gotta make sure your power switch.
Starts right up.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, you want me to test it right now?
I want you to test it right now. Yeah. Well, it's, oh yeah, what are you upset?
Well, call him.
I didn't make it that much faster.
Yeah, but he's doing pop wheelies.
He's not popping wheelies. Hey, Dad, be careful, alright?
Can we drink?
I thought I was gonna wheelie, but...
Little wheelie.
Oh, it gets chokes on, that's why.
That's why.
the choke. Yeah, take the choke
try
down.
again.
Now try again. Yeah. I don't think he uses as much as I think he does.
No, he's having fun right now.
So what do you think?
Well, it's fast.
Is it faster?
It's faster.
How much faster?
55 kilograms. I
Is it like kilograms?
Well, kilomiles.
Kilo.
It's a lot faster.
We made him happy. I don't know how often he's gonna use it, but
I use it a lot. I use it every time I start it.
that's true. All right, thanks for joining me on this little upgrade, guys. Use that information, make your bikes go 33% faster. This is Pete from Second Stroke Moped saying, don't forget about mopeds. I'm going inside, hang out with my family. He popped a wheelie.
He did?
Yeah, I apologize.
Because Steve couldn't watch it. He had to leave.
He had to leave.
I'm getting anxiety.
You think he was gonna fall? He has experience.
I know.
He should act his age. He has to wear a helmet. Last time he took my bike helmet. He said that was the helmet. Go show Peter.